Good morning, everyone. We will be going over the stock market bias today. As we mentioned last week, there was a bearish engulfing candle, and we were expecting price to get back down to these levels. Most likely, there's a demand zone that was right there, but since there was a bearish engulfing candle, this zone was not good. We were waiting for a bigger retracement down here, but that did not happen, and the week after that it came back up. So we were expecting a bearish correction, but that didn't happen. Stock decided to go back up higher, so it removed this zone and then found support on this zone, and then it made new highs. So now there's a new demand zone created right here. So right now we're kind of bullish. We have a bullish sentiment on it because it broke all-time highs. Broke all-time highs here. Broke all-time highs there, and then so what are we looking at right here? We're looking at a new once we figure out what's going to happen next week, we have to me this is really bad price action because we have a down move and then an up move, down move and up move. So these are not strong zones that we can rely on. So right now price is moving up higher, and let's take a look at a bigger time frame chart. The monthly chart, we still have a level of demand right here. Stronger level of demand right here, and price is just deciding to go up higher. Overall, on a long-term bias, we are long, we are bullish, because even if price drops like last week, 2 weeks ago when price formed this bearish engulfing candle, if it wants to drop down here, like I said, this was a good opportunity to go long, but it never did. It reversed. It's very bullish, so it reversed, and that's okay. Now on the longer time frame, this is a bad basing continuation pattern, but long term we are still long. On the daily, like I said, we have a strong, or not strong, but just a valid area of demand. Not that it's tradable or anything, but this is a level of demand. So when we have new levels created, we're bullish, but hasn't presented any trading opportunities, because every time it just pulls back a little bit, and then it just rallies again. So that's what's happening with the US stock market, S&P 500. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones, the top 100, the top 30 companies. Same thing again. We have a big picture bullish bias, but the weekly made this down move and then came back up again. This one, it's very bullish, because even though it's came back to these tested zones, tested once and then now 2-3 times, it still worked, just because the conditions of the market right now is so bullish. So we're expecting these highs to get taken out as well. So right now, not very much trading opportunities with these ETFs. But I'm not trading ETFs. I'm trading stocks, all the stocks in these ETFs. So if these general market indexes gives me a bullish sentiment that I want to go long, and I don't want to go long on, let's say, Apple, or I don't want to go long on Apple or AMD or anything like that, because we have, for AMD, we have a strong level right here, and then a weak level right here that could work. So we have a weak level up here that could work. It can work, but I'm not trading this just because it's been so overextended. We see it's been overextended, and we want to wait for a bigger pullback down here before I want to go long. But these are not the stocks that I want to trade. I want to trade the stocks like AAN, like Aaron's, the Aaron's company that I posted yesterday. This one is a good one. When the overall market is going up, these stocks that have been down huge with confirmation of an uptrend going on, it made a move up, and then now it wants to retrace. So these are the stocks that I'm looking to go long on, just because they've been down so much, and they're now at wholesale pricing that we can actually afford, and that makes sense to us. These are the stocks that I'm planning my trades to go long, because the market is very bullish, so I wanna be bullish and go long as well. But I don't want to go long on these AMD stocks, these stocks that are at all-time highs, that any little pullback in the markets is going to crash. So like I said, the S&P 500 is due for a pullback. It didn't happen 2 weeks ago, and it didn't happen last week, but it's due for a pullback. So when it pulls back, all of these stocks in the market are going to pull back as well, and these stocks, these demand zones are not going to hold. It's going to retrace to these higher time frame demand zones. So I'm not looking to trade these zones. I'm looking to trade down here or even lower. But what I am willing to do is I'm willing to go long right here, because if it pulls back, most likely it's not going to pull back very much. If the overall market pulls back, it's not going to pull back very much down here. So I have lots and lots of room to the upside. Okay. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Qs, the NASDAQ composite. So the NASDAQ composite always goes up. Whenever it crashes, it's going to crash huge. So it's going to crash all the way down here. So I'm not looking at the NASDAQ. I know tech is always going up higher and higher, but eventually it will come back down. Don't worry about it. The next one is the Russell 2000. So the Russells is an interesting one. Has a strong level of demand right here. Very strong. Russell's gonna make a huge correction as well. We just don't know when, and we don't care. We want to just trade stocks on the bias of the markets, and we want to wait for a bigger retracement on stocks that went huge like that, and find the ones that are down huge that are making a big comeback, and that's what we do. So that is it for this analysis. If you got value from this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and click on the bell so you get notified of new videos I release in the future. I make daily swing trading videos in stocks and forex using supply and demand. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. I want you to transform your charts into profits and build the life you love. I'll see you on the next one.